Elf deck, there's just too many ways he can get an insurmountable advantage fast.
Yeah, I mean, on the play, he can get a turn 3 on Rockall with, probably about 50% consistency, maybe even a little better.
I just don't know that he can beat a Seismic Assault if he lives.
He cannot beat a Seismic Assault if
But
Tony
you know what
it.
though, outside of 2 explosives and 4 bolts, Tony really doesn't have a lot of interaction
in the
first
turns.
2 turns. So, you know what? I think I'll take Elf by a small margin. Although, from what I understand, Tony wants it more. Tony's hungry. Although Harrison's pretty hungry for this too. This is going to be a good match. I don't mind the Elf side of it. I think it's going to be. I actually think the Elf deck is so fast that.
In the Elf deck post board, it's going to probably be on like a Vengevine plan. Does he have Vengevines in the sideboard?
He does have the Vengevines, but I don't think he can actually be on the Vengevine plan. Somewhat counterintuitively, because I think that he can't grind out Tony. He has to kill as fast as possible. Because I think that if you go slow, the Vengevine plan actually still loses to Seismic Assault.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
It's possible. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played the matchup. We'll have to see how it really plays out. But my first instinct is to just be as fast as possible, especially since he knows Tony's deck. He knows how little removal Tony really has for the first 2 turns, and how much starting on turn 3, it's just going to get worse every turn. It's also going to make being on the play crucial.
Yeah, and 4 Mox Diamond can make Seismic Assault a turn 2 play as well.
Oh, no, wait, yeah. Oh, there's 4 Mox Diamonds? Actually, you know what? I'm giving it back to Tony. This is the ability.
He also has Thoughtseize post board.
Yeah, the ability to drop the Seismic Assault, or even sometimes Maelstrom Pulse on turn 2. I think it's actually going to be kind of rough, but we'll see. All right. So, Tony on the play, which is going to be very, very crucial here.
Oh, yeah.
When you're playing a deck that has a lot of 3-mana power cards, and your opponent can kill you, basically, most games by turn 3. All right. It's a little bit different of an experience, too, in these top 8 matches where you know your opponent's deck list,
Oh, yeah, it's a completely different experience, especially in a format like Legacy. And, I'm sure Tony's deck has been misplayed against all day because people didn't know what was going on. Like, aggro loam is not something people are used to when they're playing Legacy.
Turn 1 Grim Lavamancer, that's like the exact perfect 1-drop for Tony. I mean, because this is, no matter what Harrison plays, it's getting shot next turn because of a fetch land.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is going to buy Tony so much time that he's going to be able to start dropping 3s. I mean, I almost think that he's like an 85-15 as of this turn, Like, that Grim Lavamancer is just brutal. Oh, but he didn't have the fetch land, so he's forced to let the Elf live a turn. Wow. I mean, he could have just wastelanded his own wasteland just to shock the Elf, but that's a real short-term solution.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like skipping him,
And if he gets the loam going, from now on he just has unlimited shocks from Grim Lavamancer from the dredging, The problem, of course, being that now he's given Harrison a window. Honestly, Harrison could win this turn if he had the right hand.
Definitely.
I mean, like, Findorn Elf is his turn 1 play. That's that's how he sets up the turn 2 kills.
Well, no, for turn 2 you need like a turn 1 Nettle Sentinel.
You could play turn 1 Findorn Elf and then turn 2 Nettle Sentinel Heritage Druid, right?
Yeah.
All you have to do is go turn 1 Findorn Elf, then because he has Birchwell Ranger too, right?
Oh yes, okay. So he does have Birchwell.
Does he? He has Birchwell Ranger.
It looks like he's playing Symbiote. So if he's playing Symbiote, that's a sign that he's settling into the Elf.
He's gonna try to He's gonna try to do the Elf thing. He's gonna hang out for a little while and.
Yeah, and he can like block and bounce things and.
Well, I mean, he's not gonna bounce things. The Symbiote will be the first thing.
Oh yeah, the Symbiote is dying next turn to a Lavamancer activation.
But it means that he gets to keep the Findorn Elf for a turn. Mm-hmm. From the looks of it, he's a bit mana flooded. He's got an awful lot of land in his hand, which is, I mean, from this position, really what he needs to be doing is, I guess, just glimpsing. I mean, Elvish Visionary is not too bad, but he doesn't even play Elvish Visionary. He's got Elvish Visionaries. Okay, yeah, he needs Elvish Visionary Glimpse because he needs to get ahead of the Lavamancer a little bit.
Oh man, Tony even has a Wasteland. Which is
Wow,
actually pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Yep, keeps Cradles off. Gets his hit set by you just to slow him down even more.
So.
Tony's not going to bring back all the lands because, I mean, he wants to have 2 in the yard to shoot with Lavamancer. Lavamancer, an exceptional card in Legacy. Very mediocre in Standard, but Legacy, an awful lot of small creatures being played, but the Lavamancer is just, so many of the creatures have abilities and stuff, you know? In Standard, a lot more of the creatures are a little bit bigger, or and people play a lot more removal to deal with the Lavamancer. Plus, obviously, there's no fetch lands.
Yeah, and when you're dredging, it makes it a lot easier to just have unlimited ammo.
So Harrison decides now is the time to glimpse.
Yep.
See what he does. Turn 1. So he drops the symbiote first. Drops Land Elf. Yeah. Now he's got Cradle in his hand.
He's Cradle?
He has Cradle in his hand. This is the move he was waiting for. So now he can actually untap his elf that's not sick, bounce the elf that he had, drop it again. And they're flipping the symbiote to denote it's been used. So now, likely he's just going to drop Llanowar Elf again, and see what he gets from there. But most likely he's just going to be. I mean, it depends on if he gets more guys or not. Because from the looks of it, he's a bit flooded, but he does have a glimpse. So,
yeah, and he has the glimpse going right now. So.
Well, he's got another glimpse. The idea being that if he just puts a bunch of stuff in play, gives Tony something to worry about for a minute, he's got glimpse in his hand, so he can send a second wave later. You know?
Yeah.
He might not even play the Cradle this turn if he doesn't have creatures. If he doesn't draw a creature here, I mean... Yeah, because from the looks of it, he's got all land. And so you might as well save that Cradle for another turn, because it's going to get wasted.
Oh, yeah. Like, immediately.
This is definitely a tough turn for Harrison, because he doesn't even have very many land in his deck.
Yeah, I mean, if he's an elf deck.
18, yeah, he's got 18 land in his deck, 3 Cradles and 1 Dryad Arbor, so he's only got 14 of these, the random little, do-nothing lands, but he's drawn over half of them. So he drops Savannah. No, he decides to go with the Verdant Catacombs, presumably to fetch up Dryad Arbor. So a little value glimpse, a little Ancestral Recall. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with Ancestral Recall.
Absolutely. No, and that's what he needs to do. We talked about he needs to get ahead. Like, you don't always just glimpse to win the game. You glimpse just to get ahead a little bit because, obviously he's not going to be able to be the Seismic Assault. But, and even Explosives would probably be catastrophic for him. But if he's facing Maelstrom Pulse, Lightning Bolt, some of the creatures, I mean, this is still game 1. There are a lot of cards that don't interact with this board here. It's very possible that Tony can't actually stop him. In which case, the glimpse next turn is going to be huge. Or could be huge. I guess if he just kills the symbiote, he won't have any more guys yet, so he's going to have to build up for a little bit. But he's going to raid the symbiote once again. Now, what do you think? Do you think he actually, if Tony shoots the symbiote, do you think he just bounces an elf? Just have another creature in his hand for the glimpse?
Oh, almost certainly.
Yeah, it seems like you've got to, right? Ooh, Explosives. Interesting.
All right, so
did
Harrison
he need to blow
needs...
the Explosives there?
I didn't like that.
Because, he had a Lavamancer already going, and Harrison didn't have a lot. He could have just set the Explosives down and let it just sit and play. Because sometimes when the elf decks are trying to go off, if there's just an Explosives in play, they may be drawing extra cards, but then you could just destroy all the cards they drew.
Shows a guy here.
Wow. So Harrison now, he's going to go off again. For sure. Glimpse, play 2 guys, and then threaten Cradle if he hits 2 more guys. He's got an awful lot of guys in his deck at this point. Is that a Nettle Sentinel?
That's a Nettle Sentinel.
Wow, this is
might
huge.
Be it.
Well, no, he's still a Heritage Druid away from greatness.
But he also has Summer's Pact and Green Sins in it. So
in his hand?
Well, no. In his
yeah.
deck. So he can hit things.
Yeah, because what I mean though is he's only he only has 1 creature in his hand, so he's going to run out of gas if he doesn't.
Oh, it's a Summer's Pact. It is not a.
It's not a Nettle Sentinel?
Not a Nettle Sentinel. And Summer's Pact is dangerous as hell against Tony.
Absolutely. You can go Wasteland, loam it back, Wasteland again, and shoot your guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. Summer's Pact is ambitious. But he still has a Llanowar Elf in his hand. He still has 1 guy.
Yeah. Summoner's Pact is one of the best cards on the deck, however.
Absolutely.
So turn your comboing, it is literally just a 0-mana Demonic Tutor.
Mm-hmm. He's going to go for it.
He's going for it. So this is probably Harrison's last turn. And he might win.
No. If he just gets enough guys going, he can just say, you know what? Hopefully he can't destroy all of my land. You know, because like if he Lavamancer's a guy, Wastelands twice, that's only destroying 3 mana. It's possible Harrison's going to put down so much mana this turn that yeah, because he drew Viridian Shaman, which isn't the best one here, but it's definitely, it plays, you know, because he's got that Cradle.
Yeah.
Why did he tap Llanowar Elf and Birchwell Ranger for a mana? He could have just tapped the Llanowar Elf for a mana.
No, the Llanowar Elf had been destroyed by EE. He had to return it to his hands.
Sure. Yeah. Ranger. So it would appear that we're down to this is the last guy, right? Viridian Shaman. As again, does he keep going? Harrison at this point has Llanowar Elf, Findorn Elf, Birchclaw Ranger, Nettle Sentinel, Viridian Shaman, and then is that Priest of Titania? One more, the third from the top. And then there's Gaia's Cradle, 3 land.
I believe that's Birchclaw Ranger.
Heritage
Druid
was the
that
one.
actually might be it.
Yeah, so he has all the mana he could ever need now. Now he just needs to find a single card drawer, and he'll actually draw his deck.
Yep.
He needs anything: Summoner's Pact, Regal Force, Green Sun Zenith.
Even a Visionary would do
help.
wonders.
I mean, it's a 2 for 1.
Just gonna...
Yeah. And he has to stop. He whiffs.
But I mean,
That's a good board.
it's a good board.
Loses to a lot of things,
Yes, it does.
but it's a heck of. I like his chances way better than I did 2 turns ago. I don't know, that explosive seemed a little cavalier. Like it was just,
Yeah,
like he already had good things going, and the explosives is one of his best ways to catch up if things start going bad.
had he just left that in play, it's going to be really hard for him to lose that game.
So we're looking at, I mean, he's got to interact with Harrison really quick, or else as soon as he draws a card drawer, it's over. You know, like he's Grim Lavancing a guy every turn, and he gets to Wasteland the Cradle. But I mean, if he doesn't have Seismic Assault or explosives in his hands, I mean, I guess he just puts a guy down, but it's still not super exciting.
So first thing he has to do is waste that Cradle, right? Like,
Well, he's wow. He has
that's
the
why
other
he did it.
explosives.
That's why he did it.
He has the other explosives.
So you can just kill his opponent. Double Wasteland, crack explosives, wins, right?
Not if it's a Priest of Titania, right? Oh no, it is. Yeah, because the explosives is going to kill the ones.
Why did he tap the Wastelands? I'm so confused. Couldn't you just won?
He could have just won.
Yeah, he could have just...
Oh no. Wow, if he would have just not tapped the Wasteland, he could have wasted the Cradle and that would have been it.
Yeah.
He must have just forgot about the Pact. I mean, one of those tunnel vision where he's got Dark Confidant in his hand, he's thinking about being mana efficient. Didn't even occur to him to think, how can I kill my opponent with his own Pact? Wow, Harrison has a second lease on life. His board has been devastated, obviously. But he didn't die to the Pact. So, Harrison about to lose his Cradle, his Bayou, he's facing down Dark Confidant. Tony still doesn't have still doesn't have the game locked up. He's got to find Seismic Assault to really totally put it away. But now that Tony's looping a cycling land, he's actually getting ahead, you know? Plus he has Dark Confidant, so he's Ancestraling every turn.
And that's pretty brutal.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Harrison is one of those, it's like a Storm type deck where you need a critical mass of things. So the fact that he doesn't have, he doesn't have cards to work with, and Tony's Ancestraling every turn, I mean, there's no question that he's a huge dog. But not nearly as big a dog as he would have been if
Tony had just wasted him out of the game.
And it's not even like you're getting punished if Harrison has just Elvish Spirit Guide still in his hand. Like he probably plays one Elvish Spirit Guide in his deck.
I don't know, I wouldn't play any.
Oh no, I guess he's not even doing that. Some people played it with Summoner's Pact, but I guess he's not.
I guess it's fine. When you have to Summoner's Pact for that, you're probably fizzling anyway. And then it's like a card that's like really bad.
Well, it
like,
speeds up
stops
the
you from
turn too
comboing a lot.
sometimes.
That's true.
Like it actually, like sometimes it jump starts you.
Maybe it's a good one on the sideboard to have as a Summoner's Pact target.
I don't know.
Combo matches where you're racing.
Then again, last time I played Elvish Spirit Guide, it was because we were playing Natural Order in the deck too, and sometimes you just want to get the turn 2 Natural Order. All right, so we're looking at
Yeah, so
once again,
Tony's going to draw some extra cards.
His deck's doing what it needs to do.
Yeah.
Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I mean this is. All right, so what does Harrison need? I guess he needs another glimpse. Right? Like
I think he has a glimpse in his hand.
You think he has a glimpse in his hand? So then he just
yeah.
he needs a good mix of one drops so that he can start the chain going. Because if he has like 2 guys in his hand to start it up, like he's still got a little bit of mana to work with. But if he goes, Nettle Sentinel, Birchlore Ranger, he can start, chaining some stuff together.
Yeah, and I think Tony also needs to just use a removal spell on this Viridian Shaman. Like, your life total is a resource. You have Confidant in play. I think it's just too risky to just be taking 2s like this life total right now.
But and the Shaman's going to be mana anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like you do. I mean, maybe he thinks he can just stop the Heritage Druid or the Birchlore Ranger or the Nettle Sentinel.
Talking about if his opponent goes to combat and the Viridian Shaman is tapped and attacking.
I don't think Harrison can actually win through damage, even with the Dark Confidant in play, unless he gets something going, like a glimpse going or something like that. Like, I mean, Tony is drawing a lot of cards. He's not. It's not going to be long.
Go? What could he have?
What could Tony have?
Yeah, because he didn't cast like a loam or anything.
I mean, maybe he has Cycling? No. I don't... It's weird that he just not cast Loam.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really have any instants in his deck besides Lightning Bolt. So maybe he just has Cycling lands?
Yeah, maybe it's like 2 Cycling lands and a Bolt or something.
No, he just had nothing. Doesn't make any sense to me at all that he went Loam.
Oh, we didn't dredge it back last turn.
Yeah. I guess he just didn't dredge it back last turn. Alright. Well, he has Loam now.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually play all that many. I mean, he's got, what, 7 Cycling lands? But he's also got Volrash Stronghold. Try to get one of those Lavamancers back. Tony, this time, loaming up for the Cycling land in the Wasteland again. Still riding that Dark Confidant too, so, I mean, it's like he's drawing 3 cards a turn. Problem is, a single glimpse, a single lucky glimpse if he chains a few creatures together, and he's already drawn so many land that
his deck's
it's not unreasonable to think he might
density.
hit 6 creatures in a row, 7 creatures in a row.
Alright, here he goes. Clips.
Alright, time to do it. I think it's going to be really big seeing whether or not he has a Cradle, because if one of those lands he's sitting on is a Cradle, he's got a lot more to work with than meets the eye. So, it's interesting to me that Harrison decided to go for it now. Makes me think he must have a Cradle, because this is just, he just doesn't have, like, I mean, there isn't so much pressure that he needs to do it now. I think I might have waited one more turn and just tried to build up a little bit, but he does have a Heritage Druid now, so He's definitely making some progress. Do you think he'll bolt the Shaman in response to the Heritage Druid? Or do you think he'll just save the bolt for the Heritage Druid?
You definitely bolt the... Or maybe not. I mean, he still has mana left, right?
Yeah, I mean, he'll have 2 mana left. Like, after the Heritage Druid, he'll have 1 mana left, which is just enough that if he has one more guy in the hand to punish you for it.
Yeah.
Llanowar.
Oh, he has Llanowar too. Okay.
So I actually would have done it the other way to try to draw out the bolt to see, you know.
Yeah, especially if you have him in that order. He played a land already?
God, I think he played a land before cracking, just for no good reason. Just to thin his deck by 1 card. Like, he played the fetch land to thin his deck, and then he cast his creature that let him draw cards, and he drew a Cradle off of it. I'm telling you, so much play to the Self deck.
Yeah, I mean, it's really complex.
I know LSV, when he won the Pro Tour, he was talking about just how many games he just was not playing optimally. I mean, he tried, he played the best he can, but he said it's a very challenging deck to play. It's a very challenging deck to play optimally.
And there are so many decisions to make every single turn, and all of them matter so much.
So, now, which elf is that?
That's Archdruid.
It's the Archdruid. I mean, it's a big board. Doesn't... Yep, it's forced to stop. I think he's doing a good job of keeping his composure, because, like, he knows he messed up. Like, he knows that the Cradle thing right there would have been valuable, but it's not going too badly, considering,
I mean, he's like, he also must feel like he has an extra life.
Right? Oh, absolutely, because he knows that he was dead to the pack, too.
Yeah. Like, he definitely knows that.
So, he's on borrowed time. This is a free roll anyway, so he's going to give it the best shot he can. Harrison definitely a strong mental game. It's very, not one to be cracked under pressure. So Tony cycles some more. It is not going to be long. He's drawing, at this point, 5 cards a turn. It is only a matter of time before he finds Seismic Assault and ends the game.
Or he dies.
I mean, he doesn't have that much more time. You're absolutely right. I guess.
Yeah. Elves is scrappy.
Decides not to dredge low. Tony's probably wondering himself. He's like, "Man, dude, I've drawn 21 extra cards this game. Where are my Seismic Assaults?" Oh, that's 3 mana.
A Countryside Crusher?
It is a big country.
Big country.
Big country. Well, the nice thing about Countryside Crusher is that at least it can block a guy so that he's not dead on board. A very, very impressive game by Harrison so far.
Yeah. Oh, Tony's taking one.
So he has gone back to representing being dead on board. But presumably has a bolt in his hand.
Yes. So, I mean, he needs to bolt the Archdruid.
Oh, right now. Absolutely. Wipe it off the map ASAP. So sadly, no more engineer explosives in his deck.
He drew both of them. Alright.
So the game here is shoot the Archdruid and dig like crazy for Seismic Assault next turn.
Yep.
He's actually, I mean, he's... So Harrison attacks with... If Harrison attacks... No, see, even... No, Harrison only has 1 Archdruid in his deck, right?
Yeah.
Does he have any other lords?
No.
He doesn't have Eternal Witness or anything like that either, right?
No.
Wow, he has 2 bolts. One for the Heritage Druid, one for the Archdruid.
Really? He's the
Glimpse
fourth
number
glimpse?
4. Well, I mean, you got to admit, he's drawing a lot of cards.
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
So here we go again.
He wins.
Heritage Druid. Well, he doesn't have gas yet. He's probably in real, like he's in really, really, really good shape. But I mean, he's got to draw more action in the next 3 cards. And he's got a lot of Gataxian probes in his deck because of the number of elves that all can
He has to tap 1 more mana, doesn't he? Yeah.
No, he had mana.
The Visionary is the first thing he cast after he...
No, Heritage Druid.
Yeah, but
He's got 4 mana tapped.
Yeah, so he's cast Heritage Druid,
Llanowar Elf,
Visionary.
Visionary.
Llanowar Elf, but Glimpse
Wait,
before
Glimpse.
that. That's 5. So he just like magically created a mana, right?
I'm gonna make sure he's actually tapped enough mana for his spells, right? I mean, we don't. Maybe something's off. Maybe something's off the camera, but from looking at the board, because he did spend 1 for Glimpse, 1 for Heritage Druid, 2 for.
Yeah.
Definitely should have the spot at least check and do the math there. But regardless, it's probably not gonna matter. Still better to keep it official, but.
Yeah, I mean, with the bio, it's pretty irrelevant.
But, and there's Gaia's Cradle.
Yeah.
So at this point, literally it just takes Green Sun Zenith, Summoner's Pact, Regal Force, Emrakul, and he's running out of blanks. Yeah, Regal Force. I mean, he's got a lot of cards that just win the game on the spot. Very, very, very well played by Harrison. I mean, this is
really well played.
Just there's Regal Force. And this is it. It is a wrap. Wow, amazing. Goes from Summoner's Pact dead to this.
Really well
played.
played.
4th time going off. Sometimes
Sometimes you just need to go off 4 times.
On
That
4
was an
different
awesome
turns.
game.
Awesome game. And obviously, I mean, Tony definitely had some chances to do things differently that game, but it's so hard to tell for sure because I mean, it's not even clear if he's tested against Elf combo. I mean, there's 40 decks in this format. You can't test against everything.
Oh yeah. I mean.
So at this point, the game plan is hope that
Emrakul's the last card in his library.
Well, no, it doesn't even matter then.
Yeah, he just passes beforehand.
You discard the
Emrakul.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. Because you can keep Green Sun Zenithing and shuffling Green Sun Zenith back in.
That's true.
Yeah. So this is definitely over. Tony's hope here is that Harrison somehow screws up, accidentally draws a card, like plays Elvish Visionary with 1 card in his deck or something, 3 cards left, still hasn't found Emrakul. This is where you start you start thinking to yourself, okay, what do I need to do with Green Sun Zenith to make sure I don't accidentally deck myself, I know theoretically everything's good, but I just want to make sure because this is this is one of those games that it would break his heart to lose. This is one of those miracle comebacks. It's going to be one of the greatest comebacks of his life,
Yeah, definitely. When you play Elves, you get so many of these games.
Dude.
People just don't know what's going on at all.
Dude, I dream about comebacks like this. Oh, so he has the Emrakul.
Why didn't you just cast it?
Is this like just going for style? I mean, surely he had enough mana to cast it, right?
Oh, he's just gonna play everything in his deck. That's his plan.
Yeah, I mean, presumably.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, he can draw his whole deck.
Yeah. Oh, no,
pass the turn? Why pass the turn here? What if Tony has like Seismical and just does 8 or something? Like, wait, he couldn't have run out of mana, right?
That's impossible. He has Heritage Druid and he has Infinity Elves in play and he has Nettle Sentinels going.
I guess, I mean, obviously we talked about what Tony's play was to hope that, and we don't know for sure that Harrison didn't somehow run out of mana, but it seems very, I mean, So, I mean, if Tony draws Seismic Assault here, he could just win.
Oh, yeah.
He just could do 8 to the face because he's got loam. Yeah. He doesn't have the loam in his hand yet, though, right?
No, he just drew 1 of Confidant.
Oh. Did he just draw a red card?
He did draw a red card.
This game is insane.
Oh my god, this game is mind-blowing.
I mean, this game has looked over every turn of the game, but like for a different person each turn.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
So he can't win that. He doesn't have enough to...
He hasn't played a land yet. he could cycle one time if he already has an untapped land in his hand. No, he's loaming back anyway. He could get an untapped land. If he... Exactly, there's the untapped land.
Yeah.
If he draws, he has one shot to hit Seismic Assault.
Yeah.
No, it was Bolt. Tony knew too when he took a look. He's like, well, now or nothing, never. Amazing. Unbelievable.
Wow.
And that was game one.
That was just game one. That was pretty awesome.
See, look what happens when people all just agree not to have to just be brainstorm decks.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're about to have a trivia question.
All right.
And the winner of this trivia round, so you guys will be answering the question, one of you will get picked, will win 3 free months of Star City Games premium content. It's pretty cool, right? All right, so to win 3 free months of premium, my question is, what is a card that at the beginning of this tournament, Pat and I predicted would be in every single deck in the top 8, that is only in half of the decks in this top 8? It's an instant, and it cost 1 blue.
It's not Surgical Extraction.
Yeah.
That's your hint.
Answer the question, send it into hashtag SCG Premium. Again, this is for 3 free months of Star City Games premium content.
Awesome. Awesome.
I mean, I'm pretty excited about watching more Elves and Aggro Loam.
Plus, can we share with them while they're shuffling up what the top 8, like all the different decks? Because there was a great variety.
Oh yeah,
what the decks were? Oh, I don't think so. I think 0 additional people will know.
Yeah, I think people who know. All right, so in addition to Elves, played by Harrison Beach, and Aggro Loam, played by Tony DeVeyra, we have Alex Bertoncini, and he's piloting a Bant deck. We have Jonathan Job, and he's playing the Rug deck, the Tempo Rug deck that we saw earlier.
And Alex's deck is a Bant Blade deck, right?
Yes, it's a Stoneforge deck version of the deck.
Bant Blade, the blue-green Delver of Secrets Tempo deck we talked about, or Rug Delver of Secrets Tempo. And then we've got Tony Murata with the Reanimator, and Austin Yost with the Patrick Sullivan special. Just straight up mono red, just flame rift the deck. We've got Christopher Atashian also playing the Snapcaster rug deck, or the Delver of Secrets rug deck. 2 copies of it. And then
we also have Corey Jacob, who is playing Maverick. Or Jacob Corey, I apologize.
Very diverse field.
Jacob.
Very, very diverse field. I don't know if it's Nevada, like Las Vegas, because we saw a super diverse, crazy, awesome, standard.
Now we're on Legacy again.
Brewing is alive and well. 7 different decks in the top 8. A huge assortment of combo decks, control decks, a burn deck, beatdown deck, mid-range deck. I mean, this is very, very, very cool. And we were concerned that we were, you know what? Watsy, you got it all figured out. It's all good.
Yeah. Pat you on the back for your format management.
Absolutely. Legacy is definitely not the worst thing that I've heard this week, you know? Up next, we have Tony's going to be on the play again. He was on the play that game, too.
Oh, yeah, he was on the play with
Lavamancer.
multiple
explosives.
Yeah.
With the Lavamancer out the gate. I mean, that game...
I mean, that game was not a function of Harrison drawing well,
no,
anything like that. That
know.
game was a function of Tony not knowing how to optimally play against Elves.
And
Elves is a
partially,
confusing deck.
But also, Harrison played very tight. And he kept his cool. It would be so easy to give up from those positions, but he is obviously an experienced Elf player who knows that you can pull a lot together pretty quickly.
And I've seen Harrison on a few of my mailing lists. I've never met him before, but Harrison, I'm sure, will be very active in the social networking community about that game. As I think we just saw him typing on his phone. Seems like a pretty cool dude.
Oh yeah, he is. He's been around at a lot of the events, and He's definitely got some experience.
So Elves is a hard deck to win with. So to be in the top 8 of this tournament with Elves is like pretty impressive.
Although I'll tell you what, when the more other people don't play blue decks, the more Elf starts to look good. Because if you're playing against the people who are playing lightning bolts if somebody's got plows and wraths and counterspells and so on. But there's a lot less fire spout than there used to be.
That's true. People aren't really playing sweepers.
No, I really liked the Wrath of Gods in the sideboard of the blue-white blade deck that narrowly missed top 8. But I'm not sure there's a single sweeper in this top 8, other than explosives, I guess. For all I know, there's probably like fire spouts in all the rug sideboards. What do I know?
We have the deck list right over there, right?
We have the technology. We have the technology. No. Yeah, it would appear absolutely no sweepers outside of engineered explosives in the top 8 of this tournament. Maybe this was just the
this is the Elves tournament.
The weekend for Elves. I don't know. Of course, it's all fun and games when we talk about it being the Elf weekend.
Yeah, you want to know what card's pretty good against Elves?
Iona on green on turn 2. Just
Curse of Death Soul.
Get out of here. All right, turn 1 Llanowar Elf. Here we go. Tony cycled a Forgotten Cave on the end step. The way he cracked that Wooded Foothills, he has Seismic Assault for sure.
I'm also 100%
nobody cracks
the
Wooded Foothills. Nobody cracks Wooded Foothills like that if they don't have the Seismic Assault that they were begging for last game and never got. Tony, all wasting no time turning Loam into a card drawing engine. If he has the Seismic Assault next turn, I think that's it's done data. I'm not sure that there were any red cards in Tony's hands, so we'll see if the we'll see if this comes together. But it could be a turn 3 kill on Tony's part.
Harrison can just win right now too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Now the Elf deck doesn't kill on turn 2 as much as like the Storm deck kills on turn 1, but it can often present a pretty incredible board position.
Yeah, and even in the games where it draws poorly, it can convolute the board in very strange ways and make the game very difficult for an opponent.
This is really interesting. He's got Glimpse in his hand, but he just played 2 guys and didn't play the Glimpse. Now, he didn't have another land, but he's got so many guys, it looks like he's leading out with some of his guys as mana, and then he's going to try to go off next turn.
It's reasonable. Now,
Tony there's no way to...
here and then...
Well, no, he doesn't have Assault.
No, he doesn't.
I don't have it in Tony's range to come out of the tank with play Seismic Assault. I don't got it in his range after game 1. I think he's... No, there's no way he has Seismic Assault here, because it's just... I don't know that there's a man alive who could slow roll the Assault this long. Like Mark Herberhals, I've never seen anybody slow roll as much as Mark Herberhals is capable of, and Mark Herberhals couldn't make that play. Oh, the best is if you tap 2 mana, finally come out of the tank with, okay, I guess I'll get the 3rd mana and just Seismic Assault.
That would actually just be the greatest thing that's ever happened. No, it's a Tarmogoyf.
Well, yeah, I told you. Tony is a human being. Yeah. Human beings have souls. No one with a soul could ever make that play. All right. Tarmogoyf enters the battlefield doing almost nothing.
Yes.
Tony really, I guess, Tony just bolts the symbiote here.
Yeah. You have to.
It's not
right now.
Great. Hopefully he has a bolt.
I think I saw the bolt. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now, I think this might be it. I think Harrison's got it.
Told you. It looks like it.
Dude.
Glimpse?
Harrison's a champion.
Yeah, Harrison played this game exceptionally.
Harrison came to game. Oh, and he just drew the cradle.
That's what she needed.
All right. So.
And he has a pact for Birchlar. Oh, but he could just pact for Heritage right now, right? Oh, that's not good enough.
I mean, he hasn't won yet, but it's one of those things where the pieces are starting to come together.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can do it.
If he goes and gets Heritage Druid right now, is that the key? Or is it Birchfloor? Or is it Warrior with Symbiote just to draw some cards?
It depends what's in his hand, too.
Yeah. It is Birchfloor he decides to go with.
Okay. So with Birchfloor Ranger and a Nettle Sentinel, you can...
Every creature's free.
Every single
one-drop.
one-drop is just free.
Or, I guess, yeah, because Symbiote's better than free. I mean, a lot of them are better than free. Plays the Cradle. Priest of Titania. The fact that he's playing his Priest now and he dropped his Cradle, he's definitely running low on gas. It's not clear. I mean, he still needs a card drawer. He's won. Like, he needs something to capitalize on all of this action.
Yeah.
No, there it is. He ships because he's got all land in hand.
Yeah. So if Tony has an E here, he wins the game. Seismic Assault's probably good enough to win also.
He just drew Seismic Assault.
Did he really?
He just drew it. It's probably good enough to win.
Yeah, how many lines does he have?
Like if he just, and after last game, he probably realizes what he did with the Pact.
Yeah.
So he's probably looking to spray all the mana sources and because it only takes 5 land, right? Even 4 land. 4 land would do it.
And he's like cast Lama and stuff, so it's very possible he's 4 land, right?
He almost surely has more than 4 land. I mean, maybe he has exactly 4 and he just wants to be careful. No, I don't know. If he's got 4 land, it's done.
Yeah, 4 land is the game.
Dude, I hope he goes into the tank and comes out with, okay, I'll shoot all your mana guys and you die to your Pact.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you know what, though? To be fair, after last game, there's nothing wrong with being careful. And besides, maybe he just doesn't have 4 land in his hand. Maybe he's got, like, 2 or 3. I hope that he didn't just miss the Pact kill again, where he's actually just got the land in his hand and doesn't do it.
Oh, my goodness.
That's...
I'm really confused about what just happened.
I mean,
because
we know he has 1 more land in his hand, right? Like he has to have more than one, like at least 1 more land in his hand, right?
No. He played the one. He hasn't. So the turn before he did have his loan because he's another assault.
No.
What the?
No, I told you he had 1 more land in his hand at the very least because he's had it the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
But if he only had the 2 land, then this line could be okay.
Yeah.
I guess like you still. I don't know.
Doesn't really. He wins anyway now, probably. Well, I mean
he's got
depending.
Seismic Loam with Forgotten Cave. He literally. I mean, this is.
But the thing is, if he uses them all on his own turn, he might.
Oh, he's not. But he isn't limited to only 3. Because he can loam back, get 3, play 1, and no, he's 1 mana short of being able to loam twice. So yeah, if he just loams back 3, and that's 3 more shots, he doesn't have to spray all on his turn.
You need 5 land to double loam. But I mean,
and it's tough because if you just get back 3 and then just only use them as shocks, you're not developing your mana base.
I still think I would rather do that.
It's mind-blowing to me to imagine that somehow his hand has all spells. Because I don't even know what spell. Like he'd have to. Like I would have boarded out most of the spells that wouldn't be good here. Like
Countryside Crusher.
I don't know. Like you don't need that many creatures. But I mean, maybe he just doesn't have enough to bring in. Like he's
bringing in Thoughtseizes?
I would think. Well, the Thoughtseize isn't insane against elves by any means.
I like it.
But it's better than just having more guys. Like you don't need scavenging rule. Yeah, I guess he doesn't have that much to bring in. He just brings in 3 Thoughtseize and a Liliana. So yeah, you just cut some creatures. Cut the 2 oozes, and maybe cut 2 Countryside Crushers or something.
Oh my gosh, why did he just passed the turn? Is that?
He did just pass the turn.
I don't know
Well,
how you would do that.
he does have. Maybe he's just saving the shocks for the creatures that he thinks are important, like the Nettle Sentinels or something. But it's really weird because
Yeah, I mean, you
guys
could just get
every
Regal forced out, yeah.
every. I mean, well, the good part of this plan is that he did play a land, and so by going this route, he's going to have 5 mana, double loam, and he'll have access to at least 6 shocks next turn.
Yes. And now in a sense step, he should just shock as much as he can right now.
On the end step? Why bother on the end step? What's the matter? Why not do it on your turn?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter, but
Yeah. He should, just so that he remembers to do it before passing the turn again. All right. So, now Tony did dredge his loam, right?
yeah, he dredged it on his opponent's end step
Okay.
with a Forgotten Cave cycle.
Oh man.
At this point, I'm pretty sure Tony has it like basically locked up.
Like he just has to spray Harrison with 5 land.
Yeah, he can just
Like, that's
kill
just-
him right now. He can
Now,
just test him.
now to be fair, technically Harrison was even deader last game. So I mean, I don't want to count him out. But like, Harrison wisely throwing a creature in front of the Tarmogoyf.
No, come on, Tony, just kill him.
Like,
This deck must be ridiculous. He's in the top of this tournament.
so no. Yeah, this is
And
a tough
maybe
spot.
it's,
Like
it's
he's
also
just
like
trying to
Brenner
be.
camera for the first
So
time.
loaming back 3 land, he's got to, like, what I love is Harrison's don't pack. Don't even look weak. Just be confident, just cool, calm.
I might kill you next turn.
Tony has like 5 or 6 land, 7 land in play, or in his hand. And he plays a land. He's casting spells. He's not going to do it. He's not going to just dome Harrison's fit. Dude, is he going to sudden shock him? Just hold 5 land and just wait, give Harrison the hope because he knows Harrison has no life gain? Wait, what? Whoa. Oh my god. Like he's got a lethal number of shocks just in, like, he's got to just be not thinking about the, killing Harrison. He's just focused on making sure he doesn't die. Like he's really just focused on not losing right now, and so he's thinking about those creatures. But it's weird to not just kill all the mana too. Like even if you somehow imagine that Harrison is at 400 life instead of 9, like you
Then you
spray
kill all the guys.
So maybe he thinks that Harrison's at 15 or 14, so he's like building up a critical. No, because even then you still kill all the guys. I don't know. This is
Maybe he's just slow rolling him. Maybe he has
No.
maybe he has Heezy like
Dude.
slow rolling skills.
Dude, it's not possible. There's not a man alive who could do it. Okay, so, and the thing that's tough, Harrison just has to ship the turn again. It's tough because he doesn't have anything. He's got a guy in his hand now. He's just hoping.
Could
Okay.
have just killed him last turn.
Oh, that look was insane. The look he just gave. Wow. This match is unreal.
Yeah.
Dude, this is gonna be in the archives, right? Like, there's this footage, like.
Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't be cruel because
No, I'm not
playing
trying
on
to
the
be
camera
cruel.
is like a
no,
difficult
that's not what I
thing.
mean. What I
So,
mean is
like-
the swinging back and forth.
Oh,
Like in
yeah.
game 1, the fact that it went back and forth, like. Both decks are very, very hard to play. Both have so many different options. Dude,
Harrison is playing tight too.
Ow, absolutely. Dude, this is an exciting match. So what are the keys here? Because now Harrison's on the play. Like, this is definitely, Tony's under the gun now, because Harrison definitely capable of going off consistently on the third turn. Both players seem to be in good spirits. Harrison, very happy to be on the play.
Yes.
Tony laughing, having a good time, very glad to have tied it up. Looks like the crowd around is all having a good laugh, so. Definitely a wild game when you don't have, when Legacy's not a counterbalance top format.
Oh yeah, I mean these games are pretty interesting.
Although I'd love to counterbalance top these two.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think Tony has main deck Person Grip though, right?
No. Main deck Crystal Grip? No.
I thought he did.
No. No. He has 2 in the sideboard, though.
Oh, okay.
He has 2 main deck Maelstrom Pulse, which is something, but those can be counted, obviously. And explosives can be counted, too. Not always.
They are hard.
Yeah. But I just remember my experiences from playing against various loam decks in various extended formats and whatnot, and all that. Counterbalance top shuts that, like they can't loam. They can't cast any of their guys. And obviously an elf deck's never beating a counterbalance in a million years.
Yeah, it's actually impossible.
All
right, so Harrison cracks a fetch land, grabs a forest, and Nettle Sentinel on turn 1. This may be the turn 2 kill hand.
Wow, he's got the Versatile Ranger too. If he has Glimpse, that's how you get turn 2 kills. That is one way to get turn 2 kills.
In the business, they call it the Nutter Butters.
At the very I mean there are some people who use that expression, and this is the type of hand where they would use that expression.
I mean, Tony could just go turn 1 bolt, and then Harrison Sanders might be lackluster. We don't know.
Yet another Badlands. This is a tournament defined by Badlands.
Defined by Badlands.
Basic forests and
black
bordered Badlands.
I'd be interested in knowing how many Badlands have made it into the top 8 of SCG Opens prior to this event.
It's
a pretty bad card.
Are you picturing turn 1 Dark Confidant? Of course.
Turn 1 Dark Confidant's a big game.
It's definitely a good opening. Harrison has a glimpse.
Harrison has a glimpse? Is he going for it? No, he's not.
Nope.
Okay.
And what did he drop? What's the 2 drop?
I can't see it. I need to figure out what this is. Okay.
New card frame if it's green.
Yeah.
Is it Visionary?
No,
it looked
it's
like it
not
cost
Visionary, but he drew a card. Is it Priest of Titania?
If he drew a card, then it's probably Visionary.
I don't think he drew a card.
Absolute Law.
Absolute Law.
Absolutely just a stone cold killer against Seismic Assault Lightning Bolt. Interesting. Absolute Law. That's gonna be an exciting one.
Absolute Law.
Now he's gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Wow. Glimpse. And this may just be a value glimpse.
No. He has 2 Nettle Sentinels.
Oh wow.
And he has the 3rd one in his hand.
Yeah, this is it. As long as he needs 1 more card drawer though. Like he can still fizzle out until he gets another card drawer. And Elvish Visionary is not. I mean, he's still drawing guys. I mean, it is definitely not a wrap yet. This is many times these elf decks will just spit 7, 8 guys on the table, 9 guys, and have to ship the turn.
He forgot to untap his Nettle Sentinels.
He did forget to untap his Nettle Sentinels. Pressure Burst Pipes. It's a very tough matchup, tough game.
Because if you draw that extra card, you can't untap those Nettle Sentinels.
That's correct. If you draw 2 cards, you cannot untap the Nettle Sentinels. So, it's only 1 mana, but games have been decided by much less.
Now, do we think that Harrison sided in a way to deal with Absolute Law?
Harrison, no, he
I'm sorry, Tony?
I mean, he's got main deck explosives.
But, I mean, do you think he would side in anything else to deal with that?
I mean, he's not going to board in Corrosive Grip.
Yeah, I guess he has Maelstrom Pulse already, right?
Yeah, he's got Maelstrom Pulses and explosives. I don't think he's going to board anything else in. It's not even clear that he keeps Maelstrom Pulse in. Probably does though, because you probably just want to cut guys. Some of the dumb dirtles. Harrison's still not run away on mana yet. I mean, he's doing all right.
He's definitely got a few floating, right? We forgot to untap those Nettle Sentinels.
And that was 1.
That was
Cost him
1.
1 mana. But it looks like he's got a pass now. Dude, it would be heartbreaking if he's 1 mana short. But he probably just is out of guys. Told you, so often you have to just get 6 or 7 guys and ship the turn. You know. I mean,
I
obviously.
know. Yeah, I've played the deck a lot.
You wrote about it a little bit, didn't you? Or like
Yeah, I won a PDQ for San Juan with it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember reading something about you, a deck list with your name attached with it.
Cloudstone Curio.
Absolutely. So, what's Tony got to do now? I mean, obviously explosives would be
Explosives
amazing.
is.
It's tapping 1 mana.
Is that it?
It is
No,
Forgotten Cave. That is exactly what Harrison wanted to see. A desperate cycle. Absolute Law. Very, very, very clever move.
Yeah.
I like it. Very clever. Tony figuring out if he can even attack.
I mean,
He could just lose to the board. Like,
Yeah.
he's got to protect his life flow. He's get confident.
He can attack.
That's a bold attack.
I'm Harrison. I take the damage. Yes, I'll take 2. I'll get a 14.
Attack for 2 and lose your The Abyss? That just seems so... It seems very reckless. But it is aggressive. Maybe he's counting up the damage. He's got like Seismic Assault in hand now from the Forgotten Cave, and he's thinking, oh, I'm just going to kill him next
Go
turn.
for domes.
I don't know. If he drops into the Tarmogoyf for Countryside Crusher, though, then it doesn't matter. And back 3 land. Huh. Yeah, not really. Well, alright, so Harrison has all the men he could ever want, and he got Emrakul, and that's the game.
Yep.
So that's the match. Harrison Beach defeats Tony DeVeyra 2-1. Elves over Agrolom. An intense